Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm actually going to be talking about the new Hypixel SMP video feature that they added, game mode, whatever you want to call it. Now, me and a friend of mine, Lasershock, got in a hot topic about it, kind of, and I think it's absolutely stupid that they added an SMP server. But I'll get into that right after the intro.
I'ma fuck up my life. I'ma fuck up my life. We gon' party all night.
Alrighty, so now that we're back, you see here on the official Hypixel forums. Hello. Today we're very excited to introduce a brand new feature to the server, Hypixel SMP. Create your own vanilla 1.16 Minecraft server and play with friends at the push of a button with no account needed. Read on more info. What is Hypixel SMP? It just explains basically what it is, and it's like, hey, it's quick, simple, and easy to set up. It shows you more features, shows you settings that you can do. It shows you like future plans for it. We want to be clear, this is early access. There may be some hiccups as we scale and find any bugs in the system. So over the next few weeks/months, we'll be working hard to expand capacity as required and open up to as many players as possible. Beyond that, we would like to take it SMP further by allowing players to enable features on their servers, enhance the gameplay, and make their own experiences, reading from small QOL changes all the way up to custom survival game modes. Now, I don't know if this means modded will be a thing, but like I actually don't know. Now, here's why I think it was a stupid idea. We don't have, from my knowledge, we don't have any European PvP servers, or any European servers at all. From what I think, and I'm pretty sure that the other, like, that we have an Asia server, and that's really it. Asia, and then the North American server. Now, this is why a bunch of Europeans always complain about the high ping. Now, Hypixel making a new SMP server, that's completely and utterly ridiculous in my opinion. Like, it takes a lot less to host an SMP server, yes, but with as many people that are going to be putting stress on it as there are, like, there's gonna be a bunch of people. Now, one thing that Laser argued was that it's cheap and like, it's not gonna lag. And then he asked me if I could name any other hosters that would host for $10 that aren't as laggy. Um, but first, here's why I think instead of buying, because you have to have MVP plus plus in order to actually use the Hypixel SMP. If you are like me and you don't have, and you're only like a VIP, that means you have to spend about $38 right off the bat just to get access to buy MVP plus plus, which is $10 a month. So already, if you were to go out and say you're brand new to Hypixel and you want to, make an SMP off of it, you already have to pay like $48 in order to start up your server. Now, Laser also argued that you do get a lot more perks with plus plus. And while that is true, yes. Now, here is my logic though. From what I saw, you can't mod Hypixel's SMP. Now, this can be an issue if you wanted to make a modded SMP or whatever, because in my opinion, vanilla SMPs get extremely boring extremely quick. Now, let me show you guys some hosting services that I've used and know works, / I've heard that friends used it and it works, and these will all host 10 people with very minimum lag, or very minimal amount of lag. First, host Havoc, a server that I staff for and an unturned server that is, we use host Havoc, and it's good. Now, for $10 you get 2 gigs of RAM, and modded it's 1 to 3, but vanilla is 5 to 10. Now, I'm going to be comparing it to against, of course, Hypixels, and it's probably going to be vanilla for now, at least with Hypixel, but still. So $10 a month, you get just about what Hypixel gets, including infinite player slots and infinite amount of NVMe SSD storage. Now, setting the server up is fairly simple. It's you go through, you click a couple of buttons after you sign up, and whatnot. Now, one thing with Hypixel is that you don't have to put your credit card number into anything except for Hypixel. For this, you do have to put your credit card information into host Havoc, but as long as you're using a trusted hoster, you shouldn't have to worry about it. Now, the next one is 𝙎𝙥𝙚𝙨. This one's been being pushed recently on like YouTube and whatnot. For $10 a month, you get 4 gigs of RAM and 80 plus slots. This is already a better option than if you were to go with host Havoc. Now, with 𝙎𝙤𝙚𝙨, they actually have a free option, which, I don't know, it's up to you if you wanted to do that. But they also have the $10 option, which is 3 gigs of RAM, decent CPU, not unlimited storage, but it is SSD storage. So yeah. Then we have PebbleHost, which I've dealt with personally before, and PebbleHost is a decent hoster. I used it on an SMP that I staff for / co-owned. Now, they also have different plans. You can go with a different CPU. This is the premium option, which is an Intel Core i9-9900K, or a Xeon E2288G. It's whatever now. And PebbleHost is extremely easy to use. For 5 gigs of RAM, you get, it's $11.25, which is a little over, but if you go to the budget plan, which is still really freaking good, you can get 10 gigs of RAM for $10, and that is plenty enough to run any mods. Now, like, typically for modded Minecraft, you would want about 3 to 4 gigs of RAM. And if you did only want that, it's only $4 a month. That is way cheaper than whatever Hypixel is shoving down your throat. And you can, get a couple of different types of servers. Now, $10 for 10 gigs, that's really freaking good. Unfortunately, it is only France and Canada, but if you're in the North America area, you should be fine connecting to a Canadian server. The next one is GG Servers. This one is one that I haven't used personally, but for 3,000 megabytes of RAM or 3 gigabytes of RAM, it's $9. If we go to premium, well, yeah, let's not go to premium. That's expensive. Now, if we go to Apex Hosting, which is another good one. Now, of course, my VPN is on, so I'm showing up as in other country for $10. So let's just round this down from 11 to 10. I know that that's not really how you would do it, but still. Actually, no, this one, because this one is a recurring price of $9.99 a month. Okay, it's 2 gigs of RAM. I would not go with Apex Hosting, just because of the price. And now we're back here. So, let's say that $10 a month is what you're paying for this server. That's $120 a year. If we go here, a lot of these things, like a lot of hosters, will actually cut down your price if you pay annually. So if you pay, there we go. Annually is a 12% discount. And let's crank it up to let's crank it up to 3 gigs. Annually, which is a one year payment, It's $158, and you're getting something that you can fully customize. You can add your own mods to it. You can really do anything with it. Um, and that is really good. It is a little more expensive than Hypixel's though. So, automatically we can just say host Havoc? No. It's not a good thing. Or it's not a good deal. Now, if we go with Shock Bytes, right? 10 USD monthly, 120 USD annually, right? So it's exactly the same price as Hypixel's, and you get better, in my opinion, you would get better performance because it's your server. It's not being hosted on a machine that's hosting a bunch of different other servers, right? So in my opinion, I personally, it's probably a whole lot better just to go with a dedicated server instead of paying Hypixel $10 a month. Now, while you do get other stuff, like if you were to, if you already had plus plus and you decide I want to make my own SMP server, then yeah, go for it. But if you want to make your own SMP server with a couple of friends and you want to go with Hypixels, just save some of that money and just go with a dedicated hoster. Like I've shown today a bunch of different hosting sites that do exactly what Hypixel's going to do, but more than likely with better performance, and you can fully customize it. And you don't have to pay that $48 upfront fee. Now, let's get into what I think Hypixel should have done with this new server that they have. Now, they tweeted out that it will be hosted on a different machine than the actual Hypixel PvP servers. In my opinion, they should have taken Skyblock and they should have thrown it on that machine instead of making an SMP. Or they should have opened a European server. That way there was more people willing to play. Because I know a lot of my European friends out there, and a bunch of Europeans who don't want to buy ranks on a server that lags incredibly bad for them. Hypixel could have gotten so much more money from that. Like, they will get money from the SMP. Trust me. I know they will when they, because people are going to want to have this SMP functionality, so they're going to buy plus plus. There's no getting around that. But what Hypixel should have done, and what I feel a smarter business idea would be, is clearing up some of this lag in your main community. Because your main community, your PvP community, is sitting over here like, oh, hey, Hypixel, I'm lagging. Like, come on and try to help me not lag. Like, a couple of my friends lag so bad that they don't even play anymore. And I stopped playing because I started lagging a lot. And it just wasn't as fun when you're lagging and you have Billy Bob over here who isn't lagging at all and just can destroy you. Now, that's my take on it. I really don't feel they should have made an SMP. I do feel that possibly the more budget-orientated hosting servers, I don't think they're gonna go down in price. It's not like the PC industry, how like when Intel released their newer CPUs, they dropped them down by like 30 or 40 bucks right out of the gate because they couldn't compete with AMD. It's not going to be like that because they're better. These dedicated hosters are better, and they know they're better, and Hypixel knows they're better. And you can, even if, so, let's say that you wanted to host it on 1.8 and do like a 1.8 modded whatever. You know, you can do that. Or say you wanted to do Manhunt 1.12 because there was a cool mod you wanted to do Manhunt with, and I'm taking inspiration from Blurred here. You can't do 1.12 on Hypixel. Unfortunately, from what I've read, it's only 1.16. So, and it's vanilla too. So there are no mods. You can't do mods. You can't do different versions. You can't do a bunch of stuff that you can do with a dedicated hoster. Not to mention, but people don't have to go through Hypixel with a dedicated hoster. They can go through the server list. So if you already have terrible connection with Hypixel, there's a decent chance that you're not going to get good connection on their SMP server. Now, I don't know whether it's going to be hosted at, so I cannot say for sure, but if they're hosting it in the same building as they host their other servers from, you're probably not going to get good connection. You might get a little better connection because there isn't as many people on it as of right now, but when it comes into public, when it's public, no. You're probably gonna lag a lot. It's probably not even gonna be worth it. Hypixel has a lot of players on it every day. It's just, I don't foresee this going well. I can foresee a lot of the PvP side getting upset. Even Skyblock. Because Skyblock lags for some people. And when I say some, I mean a lot. It lags for a good bit of people, and it's also what's lagging out the PvP community. Before Skyblock was added, PvP had very little lag. It was a lot less than it is now. So, Hypixel, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know who greenlit this idea. Personally, I don't think it's a good idea, but hey, what do I know? I'm just a small YouTuber making a video. On that note, I will see you all in the next one. Cheers.
I'ma fuck up my life.